to your very first piano lesson. So today I'm going to teach you how to play the piano. And I'm going to assume that you've never touched a piano before, that this is your first experience at this instrument. We are not going to be diving into any crazy theory concepts. We're not going to be spending all our time playing boring scales. We're going to learn how to play some chords so that you can put them together and actually get a feel for what it's like to play songs. So let's dive in. So the first thing you need to do is get seated comfortably at your piano. So my feet are flat on the floor. I'm sitting nice and tall. I'm relaxed. And I'm about, this far. This far from the back of my piano. You basically want to have the tops of your knees so they're just underneath this bottom part of your keyboard or piano. Now, once you're there, you're going to take a look and you're going to notice that you've got white keys and black keys, obviously. And we're going to actually use these black keys to help us navigate this keyboard. So I want you to notice we've got groups. We've got a group of 2 black keys. We've got a group of 3. And you can play along with me if you like. 2 black keys, 3 black keys. And you can just go all the way up the piano. This is a really great way just to get used to touching the keys, how hard you have to push to get a sound out of them. And as a beginner, even this little activity can be quite challenging. But pay attention to those groupings because it will help you to know where everything is on the keyboard. So once you've had a look at that, we're going to use those black keys to help us figure out the key names. Now, the most important note for a beginner is middle C. Middle C lives below this group of 2 nearest to the middle of your piano. So if you find a group of 2 black keys and move down from that bottom one, you're going to find C. And middle C, it's nearest to the middle of your piano, but you can also look forward. Most pianos have like their brand name right near the center. So here we've got Roland, and here we've got our closest group of 2 to that, and then boom, there is middle C. So musical alphabet is a little bit different than the normal alphabet. It goes from A, we're going to start on C, C, D, E, F, G, and then we do not have an H. From G we move to A, and then we go to B, and then check this out. C, we've got another C, and it's lining up perfectly with this little group of 2 black keys. So now you know how the musical alphabet works, and you know how to find middle C. And it takes some practice to get really confident with the musical alphabet and finding the location of all the keys. And you can spend some time playing through them, find and play all the C's. Find and play all the D's, right? D is after C. Another cool thing you can do is use your group of 3 black keys to help you locate F, because F is at the base of this grouping of 3, just like C is at the bottom of this grouping of 2. So you could find a group of 3, F, group of 3, F. And you can just get comfortable with your keyboard, figuring out where all the keys are, what their names are. And when you're ready, take your right hand, take your thumb, which we call our 1 finger, and place it on middle C. So now that it's on middle C, I want you to notice my hand posture. My wrist isn't down here. It's nicely lifted, and I'm placing one of my fingers over each of the white keys that it naturally falls on when I place all 5 fingers like this. So the first thing is we're going to just start pressing down these keys and seeing how it feels. And as a beginner, just pushing down the keys and maintaining this posture can be very difficult. Your fingers might want to do all kinds of crazy things, like your fingers might fly up if you're tense. 2 fingers might try to press down at one time, like this. And that's totally normal. Don't worry about it. The main thing is that you get your hand in position, there's our C, and you push straight down. And relax. Next note, relax. Next note, relax. And you're playing what I call a 5-note scale. And trust me, all of this will come in super handy in just a few minutes when we go to build our chords. It's a really great idea to also practice this with your left hand. And I want you to notice I've got my thumb of the right hand on middle C. I'm going to take my 5 finger of my left hand and place it on the C below that. So here's my group of 2. And there's C. And again, I'm going to line each of my fingers up with a key. I'm gonna go slow, just pushing straight down. And that 4 and 5 finger can be really difficult. This is where most people have the most trouble, so don't worry about it. And when you're ready, you could even try playing both hands at the same time. So you can play this along with me. You can pause the video if you would like a little bit more time to just take a few minutes to get used to how this feels. For some, it'll come together really quickly, and for others, it can take a while, and that's totally okay. You're asking a lot of your brain and your body just to play this 5-note scale. So this is where the fun part comes in. We're going to build a chord. And I'm going to show you really quickly the end result where you're going to land when you're done this so that you can stay super motivated. But essentially, you'll be doing something like this.